Welcome to Cat Chat in 2020.
Happy New Year.
This is Debbie and I'm Wendy. Happy New Year. 2020, we get about 10 seconds with this cat and then we're going to have to put her back.
Oh my God, this one is, she's declawed. She is just brought out here, so she's a
Callie.
little scared, Callie. She was Wendy's
looking at all
best
the
friend's mother-in-law's cat, and she unfortunately passed away.
Yeah.
And Wendy had her at home for a while, so she should have to be an only cat. She's a little older.
And it can't be at my house.
Yeah, she, of course, the cat lady has other cats.
Yeah,
But, oh, she is just...
Debbie loves her.
I love her so much, but I have a lot of cats, too.
As an only cat, she's sensational. She's about 16 years old, though.
Yeah, come here, baby.
She was used to my friend's mom. God bless Lenore.
No, it's okay.
Lenore loved this cat, and I would love to find Callie a great home. She would put one of those harnesses on Callie and put her outside, and she loved to be outside underneath a bush, and she would sit in her chair with Callie on her harness for hours, just watching people go by and things. And Callie just loved to just lay under the bushes and see, life. She's super soft. She's, for her age, incredibly healthy. We don't know how much time any cat or us has. So
That's right.
Giving her a home for whatever life she has, this cat could live 4 or 5 more years. We don't know. She's just super healthy. She's just telling all the kitties that are looking at us on the floor here, stay back, because I mean business. And she is the
know
alpha.
them either.
Yeah. At my house, I have these really big boys. They're 15, 16 pounds respectfully, and she rules the roost. There's always fighting going on, and she will not back down. And so we had to put her in a special room, and it's just not fair to her to live like that. So it was time to say, let's go find her a home.
So if there's a nice person out there who needs a declawed cat, who would love to have a sweetheart, she's little, she is a sweetheart, and she is just, look how gorgeous she is.
We can actually, she's $75, well, she's on $120 because she's a declaw. But we have some earmarked money that we can reduce that fee for you, because just really trying to find the right home for her. Being 16 and all, she's not going to be everyone's choice.
No, and like she says, unfortunately you could take a 1-year-old and you never know. You never know.
We don't know.
And, people call us and say that his cat died after a year, or it's heartbreaking, it is, but she deserves to be loved.
Yeah.
Her final years. She was loved greatly by her
whole
mommy.
life. Yeah.
And so she needs a nice person who's looking for a declawed cat that will just give her forever home.
Yep.
Her name is Callie.
Callie, come and get her.
She will be ready. Okay,
14 pounds.
So we're back, and this was originally our cat named Nerds.
Nerds, because we had a candy theme.
Yes, we did. And he was a lot smaller then. He's our big boy in the place. He's about 14 pounds.
Cute. Hi, pretty.
He is a sweetheart. He does not like kids. So Wynn has noticed that he runs when the kids come in here. He gets uptight when there's no kids. He's a sweetheart. The gentleman who adopted him came like 2-3 times to pick him out and pick his, because he wanted it to be his forever cat. Fortunately, he took very ill, which is a very sad situation. So we took him back, and so he's Nerds Benny.
Because his new daddy named him Benny.
A sweetheart. I don't know why he's still here. I don't, because
he's a big dude.
He is just the sweetest thing.
Yeah.
And he's beautiful.
Yeah, he's a bicolor. He's a black tabby with white bicolor, because he's in the vicinity of 50-50. So anytime that their color scheme is 50% white and 50% something else, that's a bicolored cat. Actually, he's a brown tabby. Even though he doesn't have the brown nose, he's got a lot of, look at all the brown undercoat there, which is so gorgeous. And look at how much his ticking is. He doesn't have a tick. He has what's called ticking in his hair. I don't know if you can get that. And thank you, Jared, for being behind the camera again today. But if you see, Jared, can you see that in the color coat of the hair colors? So it starts out real dark, and then it gets really light brown, and even on the ends, some white. I don't know if you could get that. He's saying yes, he can. But if you separate your cat's hair and you look underneath, the ticking in his hair is so many colors. They can have as many as 20-some colors in one strand of hair. And what that does is it camouflages them. It allows them to be camouflaged. Of course, with the white on him, not so much.
I don't know,
Maybe in the snow, but...
Camouflage from his big old belly.
Yeah.
And he plays, and it's so cute. He runs from one room to the other, and his little belly just
He's
flops
about
all over the
14
place.
pounds.
Yes, he is. There he goes.
And he's a handsome guy. He's not declawed or anything.
No, but he's a good boy.
Sometimes when they're afraid of children, they're actually just afraid of loud, piercing noises. Because children, obviously, the smaller they are, we all know that they scream and...
he was never around it. It was a gentleman who was by himself. He had no kids. His sister had older kids.
Yeah, his second home.
Yeah, so
but
he's
the
never
first
been.
home with kids and all was just getting too much for these guys.
Yeah, it's just he doesn't know.
He's handsome though.
He's a sweetheart. Big old boys. He
gets along with the other cats.
He does. He does. We got some bullies here, and you know,
he's not one of them though.
Great holiday with people adopting a lot of cats from us, and I would like to say thank you for everybody who adopted, especially people who adopted older cats.
Yes. Tell them about Sadie.
Sadie was a big brown tabby. I think she was a brown tabby.
Right.
And she's been adopted twice and returned twice due to medical reasons. Not for her medical, for the people that own her. They got sick, they went into a home, and this lady came in, and she went in there, Sadie never comes out, came out, loved her to death.
We've had her for how long?
Ooh, she was the longest one here.
2 years
no,
plus.
Like
3?
4.
4?
Yeah. Yeah. She's been here a long time.
4 years.
Yeah. So she loved up the lady. She had a little bit of hard time getting her in the carrier. Took her a couple of days. The lady emailed us and said, she's coming out. Thank you very much. She's a great cat. And so that's, you know, you have to give these older cats a chance. You know,
they need more time once you take them home.
They're good
They just need a little bit more time to acclimate because they're creatures of habit. And the older they are, the more habitual they behave. Unless they've been in an environment where everything's always kind of changing and that's normal to them. And so for her being here for 4 years, whether it was on and off or straight or whatever, she's used to change. She's used to people coming in and out. She's used to the TV being on. She's used to lots of different cats and that. And so there was a certain amount of variety that was a part of her natural life. And when you go home and then they create a new habit of it's peaceful, 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 and then you have a holiday dinner and then it's woo, they get stressed out and they start eliminating improperly and behaving in a bad way and stuff like that. She's probably one of those cats that doesn't do well with change like that.
And they came back and took another cat called Itsy Bitsy that was
the
just
next
the
day.
Sweetest thing, yes. The sweetest thing, and she's all love bugs. So the story is, when you come in here and adopt a cat, they're not going to come right up and sit on your lap. I do not know a lap cat. As Wendy always says, environment is a big thing.
Different environment,
Different
different
environment.
cat. Kitty, kitty,
And
kitty.
a cat that normally is standoffish, or they don't know you when you come in here.
Yeah.
You're a stranger to them, and you have to give them a chance.
Yeah.
Some people take some difficult cats. A story of Avery. Avery was a gray cat. Used to sit on a tree by the window, act like she wanted to be pet. As soon as you pet her, she bit you,
Ow.
scratched you. This gentleman took her home. We gave the warnings. We told him all about it. He calls us up and says, "There's something wrong with us."
She
Because
never
this
does
cat sits on his lap, talks all the time. She never talked here. He said talks to her all the time, and you would have to take that cat back, pull it from his dead hands. He loves her so much. So,
Different environment, different cat.
and she is
say it all the
just-
time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roxy trying to get comfortable. We were trying to get Ian. Ian is one of Wendy's favorites. He's a
I
long
love
hair,
Ian.
but he won't. Tracy can't chase him. He's an older cat, declawed too.
Oh, I love this cat.
Another one that long hair. As people were looking at him yesterday, said he looks like a lion because he just
He's
stands
so
there, little white.
regal.
Yeah,
He's
white
so
little tips on his
regal. Come on,
paws.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
Just a gorgeous.
Benny.
And if you go on our webpage or our Facebook page, he's Cat of the
Please
Week.
look at Ian.
Look at Ian, because
Oh, he's so regal.
Cat of the Week. He deserves a home.
He's big.
He's a big boy.
He's about
and he
15
just ran by.
pounds. Oh, yeah.
Um,
Ian's real flat back. He's about that long.
oh yeah.
And
Big
then
boy.
his face is just very regal is all I
He's
can say.
gorgeous.
He's gorgeous.
Here's our baby.
This is our Ashlynn. When you come in and visit here, you'll see Ashlynn right here in the front room that you walk into. She has her throne in the corner over here. Jarrett, you can show her throne maybe. That's Ashlynn's throne.
And when she comes
she'll
in
be
here,
in it most of the time.
when you come in here, she's gonna cry to you. We do feed her. She gets fed in bed. She's the only one who gets fed.
Yeah.
She gets everything. She's waited on hand and foot.
Yeah, she's got a lot of mats
And
because she doesn't groom
she's
herself.
not adoptable, but
We had to shave all of her mats out of her because they got so bad so
What, honey?
fast. And hi,
well,
sweetie.
she loves Wendy, so.
But we think that she's better than 20 years old. And she's just our little angel girl that will stay here until it's time. And she's our little mascot girl, but she loves mommy. And when I walk in, she pops up
oh yeah.
and she stands on the edge of her bed like,
Ooh.
"You're here." I
And
love
she
you
told her that we didn't feed her.
too. Yes, and if you ever came to Quick Fix when we were in this space,
She was here.
She was our office cat, and if you remember her from then till now, she has greatly declined. But this cat is not ready to go yet. They will tell you, and we can talk about that. Today's show could be a little bit about just knowing and doing the right thing too by your pet in the end days. So there have been times where I've thought, okay, we're a day away. I mean, let's all say goodbye because of the way she's behaving. And then we'll give her a steroid shot because she has bad arthritis and
Yeah,
things.
she's old.
And the next day she'll be up and walking around and she'll be eating really well. And then we prolonged her life months.
She eats very well all the time.
She eats very well. And her eyes are clear for her age. Their eyes will get foggy, frosty, like as they get older, and that's just a normal thing that happens with cats. It does do a little bit to their vision, like us as human beings.
And she, with her arthritis, she gets around
She gets around just fine.
very well.
She loves treats and everything.
Only temptation treats.
Yeah, right. But your pet is going to tell you just in a physical manner when they're done. And when they tell you they're done, they don't have the means of letting go on their own. And of course, out in the wild, well, bless you, out in the wild, they'd be gone already. They would be picked off by the next animal in the chain of life. the circle of life, you know, the predators that are going to take care of them. And so we prolong their lives. Look how long this kitty is living. Outside, she would not be with us long ago. So it's up to us.
Is it my turn?
It is up to us to be humane and put them down humanely and not let them go so long that they're suffering. This cat has arthritis, but so do people. She's not suffering like you would expect. She's purring, she has life. And the day that I feel that she's done is the day she'll get put down, no later. Yeah, she doesn't like being pet there, Debbie.
I know
she just
she
told
doesn't.
you that. But in a serious manner, I've seen people go way too far because, to me, that's selfish.
They can't let go.
You have to let them go. It's because you love them that you've had them that long. It's because you love them that you can't let them go. But please let them go. Take them and let them go. And then those are the people that will tell us that they can never adopt again. It's too painful. But let me tell you, you're the person that loved them. You're the type of person that has the love for the next one and the next one, because these animals need that love. So don't, you know, some people turn right around the next day
Get one.
and come to find their next pet because they cannot have that void in their life. Some people have to wait years before they're ready. And there's no one that can tell you that that's right or wrong either way or anywhere in between. But all I want to say to you is it's up to us as human beings, in a way of humanity, to let them go with their dignity and not wait until you're carrying them physically out the door to go to the bathroom and things like that. So
The way I look at it is when I had to put my cat down a couple
Right.
years ago, and I've had her since she was 5 weeks old. She was little.
love you.
And she died in my arms. Put her to sleep in my arms, so she knew how much I loved her.
Yeah.
Because it would be devastating to come home and find her dead, thinking she died on her own with nobody there to love her.
Yeah.
And that's,
Yeah.
you know, so Ash, but
So we're facing that possibly this year with Ashlynn, but one thing that I like to think about is, and I might not appeal to all of our viewers when I say this, but there is a heaven. And if God took the time, I always think this, right, Deb? I always say this. If God took the time to paint this cat and everything about her and put that personality in her and chose that eye color, and do all the things he did for her, he wants her back. I believe he wants her back. And I think that the animals go back to heaven because there are biblical references to that, that there will be animals in heaven. And so what I like to think is, with my own pets, is I'm going to see them again anyway. And they'll be in their
no pain.
There'll be no pain. They'll be able to recognize me. That's what gives me the courage to let them go and say, that's okay, because I will see them again. And we'll be there together. So my Nicholas, the love of my life, next to my husband, my Nicholas is absolutely one of the reasons that I'm looking forward to heaven. You know, there's Jesus and then there's Nicholas in that order. But and Nicholas was the love of my life. I still can cry over that cat, and he's been gone for almost 20 years. So,
No?
in fact, I think longer. Yeah, longer than 20 years. But anyway.
I saw the cutest thing on Facebook. Somebody wrote that God sends his angels without wings, and they show a cat and a dog.
Oh.
And so that could be true.
Yeah.
Because a good pet, and that's why I really wish more people would take adult cats.
Yeah.
Kittens go.
Hey, Ashlynn.
They grow. I get people come in here and ask me if 6-week-old cat's going to be this kind of cat. I don't know what a 6-week-old cat's going to do. I'll tell you what it's going to do. It's going to play and torture, and they're sweet and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
But the old ones, Ashlynn, she's over 20.
Yeah.
You know how many times I catch her a week playing? She gets a little toy and she plays.
Yeah.
Look at her. I
Yeah.
mean, she just wants loving so bad right
Yeah.
now.
Well, we, as a rescue, we are faced many times with having to put animals down that are at end of life. We don't ever, at Kitten Crazy, we never euthanize out of convenience for ourselves.
No.
Ever. We never have in 15 years, and we never
No.
will. But there are those times where they pass away, unbeknownst, they either have FIP or something, or we have to make a decision to put them down, and we do because it's the right thing to do.
Well, and the only one that makes that decision is Wendy. Wendy will do investigating, checking with vets. She does everything to make sure that there is no potential for this cat to, it needs to be put down. Quality of life.
Classic Tabby. Everybody knows why it's Classic Tabby.
The swirls.
Because of the swirls. If you
This
watch
is,
the show enough, you know that big old round circle there. Think of it like a C. That's your Classic Tabby pattern
And this
on
one.
the side. Tabby being with an M here. And oh man, I gotta bring the next show. I promise. I'm gonna bring this Christmas card that someone sent with the story of why there's an M on the forehead of a tabby
Oh, yeah.
cat. And then I'll read it, but it's a little long and we're a little short on time today for the rest of our show. But there's the coolest thing someone sent me in a Christmas card here. Just a person that knows us here. And I loved it. But you'll get the rings around the tail and things and the stripies on the side of the face. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Just a little girl. Mostly orange cats are,
That
I'd
color,
say
yeah.
80-85% of all orange cats are male. Just something genetic, but they're not rare if it's a female,
There
but
you
they're
go.
not as many females that are orange, but she's a little orange female, cutie patootie.
You got a little-
You got a tuxedo here named
Little heart.
Chris, and our volunteer Chris is sitting right over there.
She helps out a feral colony, and she found these and asked if we
Thank you,
take
very
them.
cute.
They got a big old fat belly. They're getting fixed on Thursday.
And Chris fostered them
Yeah, Chris
until they
fostered
got
'em.
to. Thank you,
So
Chris.
it's time to come back to get
Look at how
fixed and
great
go to
they
their
are.
homes. Yeah, they are well taken care of. Very
I
sweet.
can't stop smiling. Who doesn't love kittens?
So they'll be ready.
Kittens.
Yeah, kittens are.
Kittens
They are
and kittens.
adorable. You
And who
can't
does
deny
that?
that's
Look at the
Romeo with his little white.
Romeo. He's got a little belt. That's called a belt. I call it a diaper. It looks more like a diaper.
Aren't they adorable though?
Oh,
This
they're
is a boy,
so
2
cute.
girls.
They're getting spayed and neutered
Thursday.
Thursday, tomorrow,
Tomorrow's, and this is January 8th. So January 8th, they'll be ready January 10th.
January
11th.
10th. This show won't even air until a little after that. So
they
as
might
soon
be
as you
gone.
see this show air, if you want one,
Come get 'em.
if you're lucky, they'll be here still.
Romeo got a big old belly. He's been eating a lot.
Yeah, Chris, you did a great job.
Yes, she
Very
did.
great job. And look at him. Yeah, it is fun to foster.
It is.
One of the shows upcoming, we'll talk about fostering and how you can foster for us.
And we
this collar is way too big. We're going to have to take that
We're going
collar
to
off.
need a
Super
lot of
big.
fosters this
Yeah.
year. We have a couple people signed up late last year, but we will need more due to the prison is not fostering for us anymore, so we do need lots of fostering.
Yeah, the Grafton Men's Prison closed down their program
So-
for now. They are thinking of reopening it, but so we've lost quite a few rooms
Quite a few rooms.
that were fostering for us.
And we like
uh,
to take as many babies as we can off the streets.
Right.
Because
you were a
we know what
antsy-pantsy.
happens to them when they can't take them. So please, please spay or neuter your cat.
Yeah, spay and neuter. I do want to do a couple of shout outs. Over the holidays, I was out and about, and I get stopped a lot. Do you get stopped, Debbie?
No.
No?
Well, actually, one lady stopped me at the CVS in Wellington, where I live.
In Wellington?
In Wellington. She
Hi,
goes,
out in Wellington.
yeah, so hi.
But I just want to say thank you for all the people who will stop me and say something nice.
They're going.
Gosh, that makes my day, because this can be a really hard job to do. The show is just so much fun all the time. It's one of the times that I actually get to sit down with my buddy Debbie, and we get to just hang and do something fun. But we work really hard. This gal here is a phenomenal person, not just an employee, but a phenomenal person. She loves what she does, and don't forget it, right, Deb?
That's right. How can you not love
Love
kitties?
working with her, love being her friend. But we work very hard. We work long hours. We're at events and things like that. So when you say hello and thank you for the job that we're doing,
We appreciate
and
it.
that you like the show, it just warms my heart. And I share those times with Debbie, because it does help us to know that there are people out there that are watching and think that what we're doing is worthwhile. So thank you for the shout outs.
I have to say something at the end.
Don't cry, Debbie. What did you? What? Time out. Deb.
No. Our good friend Joe Litz passed away during the holidays. And
Yeah.
I just want to say, I love you, Joe.
Love you,
I know
Joe.
you're watching us. And he was a great volunteer. He loved his baseball. He loved his Ohio State.
And he loved Kitten Crazy.
He loved kittens. He loved cats. He has a couple of our own. We love Cindy, his mom. And he was really a good person. And I'm going to miss him a lot.
Yeah,
Sorry. He was
okay,
a good
Kevin.
guy.
he was a good guy.
He was a good guy. He was only 38 years old. So a lot of us will miss him.
Yeah.
And, you know, you might have come in, you might have seen him. You know, he had crutches, he was missing a leg. He knew his cats, he knew his stuff, and he really, really loved Wendy. Loved what Wendy does.
I love him
Love
too.
his place. So it's going to be a great loss for us.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And his family has asked if anybody wanted to donate in his memory to donate to Kitten Crazy, which was a very, very
Right.
kind and generous thing to do. Being the show, it seems like we've talked a lot about death, but it is a part of life.
it is
It is
part
a
of life, and he loved the cats, and
And we will see him again.
we will see him again, and he will, he's watching us. I know he is, because I know Joe.
Yeah. He's going to send a lot of cats our way. I just
Oh, yeah,
know it.
he is going to. So he's probably loving up your Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Because he knew Nicholas.
Yes.
Yes, he did, because, well,
Well, no,
No,
he
he's been
couldn't have
around.
known.
Oh, okay.
He couldn't have known Nicholas.
no, because
But-
you said 20 years. I was thinking 10.
But he's known some of my other favorites
Oh, yeah.
in the path of to today. But
So I hate to be a downer, but I just,
thank you, Debbie,
He
for
was
saying
a-
so.
very important person.
Yeah, for mentioning Joe. All right, and on that note, God bless you.
Bye.